Okay, back to the experiment here. Oh, where are we at? This one here, I went ahead and buffed it off with the sock. And yeah, I think we're there. That's waxed and buffed and looking really good. Okay, now for the comparison. That's our shellac. That's our lacquer. That's our enamel. Give me a minute, folks. I'm looking for a guitar. Ah, here we go. I do believe. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I'm looking for a guitar here. Give me a sec. It's all lacquer. That's a lacquer too. Into the guitar. String pan fret. Here it is. Guitar number 3. Minimalist body. Strap bar and leg bar. And Floyd Rose. And this is lacquer. Here, so, there's strap. Uncooperative thing, you. Yeah, okay, so this one's lacquer. And this one is enamel. I don't know, that's, aside from a couple scratches, it's probably the glassiest of the 3, I think I'd have to say. And then this one here is the shellac. And they're all pretty damn glassy, to tell you the truth. So, yeah. This one, I'm just kind of looking them over here, and I don't know. They're all real close. They're all real close, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've seen a lot of like lacquer finishes that turn up just like this. This stuff feels harder than lacquer, though. This definitely has a softer feel to it. And the enamel, yeah, that feels pretty hard. The shellac feels very hard. The enamel feels pretty hard, but I mean, you know how enamel is. It's like you start sanding all this stuff, and then it'll start rolling off like little gooey pieces of plastic. So, yeah, this doesn't really have that kind of a feel to it. This is more of a, it's shellac. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think, let's see what's up with the red stuff. Where'd I put the red stuff? Hold on, let me find the red stuff. Okay, here's the red stuff. And it's looking actually a lot more washed out now that it's kind of like dried and stuff. So, yeah, and see that's this kind of the way it washed out and faded kind of a thing. You see this is more orange and it's only still red like here. So it lightened up in general. That's kind of the same thing that I was experiencing when I first hit it. When I was doing this one, and this kind of smeared too. So, or whatever. Yeah. There was less black and more yellow at first. And this shellac seems to have changed the underlying dye somewhat. This now is more of like a red and orange kind of a thing, so yeah, that, I don't know, that could be problematic if you're trying to achieve a certain color and then you go with the shellac and then it ends up changing it. Now, on the other hand, this seems like a really good way to get a really nice vintage kind of a look finish for guitar. I mean, even on pine, this is not looking bad. I mean, that's just kind of like, rather plain pine right there. But, once you clean it up so that it's all nice and glassy like that, and that's just pine. I mean, that's the grain on the other side. I mean, granted, this pine has some somewhat interesting figure to it, but it's not like it's quilted or anything. So yeah, that's just grain. So yeah, over here, yeah, this is even more boring. But you still got some interesting colors going on, so, for a vintage red kind of a thing, that'd be kind of cool. And over here, you definitely got the vintage amber yellow thing going on here. And here you've got it, once again, but in a super glossy. That really did turn out nice. I mean, that'd make a nice guitar finish right there. And then over here we've got some of the, I didn't really get into it enough in order to really test the red with sanding. Well, you got a little bit here. So, yeah, right in there at the edge. It's still smooth. So, yeah, this stuff right in here, that's what a red would look like, or a lighter red. But yeah, that's just that little bit of red in here. That's pretty much finished the same as this yellow stuff. This stuff in here is too, pretty much. So yeah, all this red along this edge here. So that'll give you an idea of what the reds would look like once they're all done up. But again, you can, if you look at this closely, it's actually a combination of the red and the yellow, or the red and the orange kind of thing going on. So I guess that's the pine giving everything, or the pine and the shellac giving everything kind of a yellow tint. So I think we're going to call it an experiment. And yeah, if you go ahead and put the whammy on this thing, maybe start with maybe 600, and then if you have to, go back to 320, and then back up to 6, and then work through the rest of the wrist like you just saw me do on this, and you get this thing more or less looking like this. So, not too shabby, not too shabby. And that's another hand rub finish, as they say. But hey, that's the prime ingredient in French polish, which back in the day, French polish was the e-ticket ride. So, anyway, until the next experiment or video or whatever, everybody have a good one.